Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the March 9th, 2026 Zoning Subcommittee. Please join me in saluting the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Madam Clerk.
Roll call of the members. Councilor Argenzio?
Here.
Here. Councilor Cogliandro?
Here.
Here. Councilor Guarino Sawaya?
Here.
Here. And Councilor Kelly?
Here.
Here. Quorum is present. First item on tonight's agenda is a zoning ordinance further amending Title 17 of the revised ordinances of the City of Revere relative to special permits.
Anyone here in favor? Anyone? Okay, closing that side. Anyone here against? Okay. City councilors? Okay. Would you like to take a roll call as amended? Oh, Councilor. Yeah, Mr. President.
So I think we talked about it during the council meeting, and I'm in favor of keeping the giving control to the city council over the one and two families in the NB district. I'm having a little trouble here. Give me a second to sort this out. I want to.
Councilor.
That's good, Mark. That's real good.
Yes. Councilor Kelly.
This might be for Tom. So I understand the changes here. The issue that you brought up was the zones that are located within, that the MBTA communities law will cover. And we can't make any changes with those because of the obligations we have to meet regarding minimum criteria and all that. Is there any way to change or amend this so that those zones are taken out and we just apply it to the other, the RA, whatever else?
My brain is functioning again, so when she's finished, I'll.
Okay. So that would be my only question. Thank you.
So section 6 and 7, obviously, are the two.
Councilor, hold on. Let's see if Tom has an answer for
I suspect
Councilor Kelly.
my thoughts would be aligned with the now awoken thoughts of Councilor Zambudo.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Councilor Zambudo.
Okay, so, we keep this gives special permit powers to the city council. And I know there's been some talk that some people think that would overburden the council and there would be too much. But I looked at this, and over the last 4 years, we're talking about an average of 5 special permits. Now, I, for one, have been telling my constituents for years, I have no control over that. That's a ZBA issue. And I want to have that control, and I want to be held responsible. So my hope is that we will keep Section 6 and 7 and give the powers back, in essence, back to the city council that used to have it. And it might be taken a little bit away from the ZBA, but I think it's our responsibility to be accountable. I'm not looking to have this was designed for, neighborhood businesses like a convenience store, not an apartment building. And this is kind of why I think the city council needs to have this control, and that's what I'm looking to do. Of course, my original thing was to take control of all of it, and then there's a little thing like the MBTA law that got in my way. So, but I think this is good for us, and that's why I'm advocating for it. Thank you.
Thank you, Counselor. Counselor Kelly, did that help alleviate your question, or?
I think I know, I might be able to fill in some gaps on the question you had, which was, I think the one area where we could change a Y in the use table to an SP and still be compliant with MBTA communities would be in the neighborhood business districts, which is also what Councilor Zambudo was alluding to somewhat there.
Counselor Genzio. Oh, Counselor Cogliano.
So just for clarification, we are modifying this by removing sections 1 through 5, and we're going to keep 6 and 7? Just want to make sure that that's what we're changing here.
If I may, Counselor Zambudo did submit this to you today, but if you'd like, the clerk can read it into the record. It's up to the chairman. Counselor Zambudo did submit some proposed amendments earlier today. It was just sent to the chairman. If it's the will of the committee, the city clerk could read them into the record if you'd like.
Please.
Councilor Zambudo early this afternoon, had submitted the proposed changes to Councilor Silvestri, Chairman Silvestri, as follows. Councilor Zambudo is proposing to keep Section 1. This speaks to the residential uses within the NB district. The NB district was not included in the calculations for the MBTA Communities Act. So by changing yes to special permit for the NB district, that would not, and give that power to the city council, that would not affect the MBTA Communities Act. Councilor Zambudo proposes to strike sections 2 and 3 in whole, as that would knock the city out of compliance with the MBTA Communities Act. Proposed amendment to section 4, you would have to remove the reference for just NB only and not GB. So the new proposed section 4 would read section 17.16.060, townhouses in the RB, RB1, CB, and LI districts is hereby amended by deleting RC, RC1, RC2, RC3, NB, and GB, and inserting in place thereof the RC districts and just GB. Section 5 would be amended as follows. So the city can maintain by right zoning within the GB district. So you would delete RB, RB1, CB, and LI, and inserting in place thereof RB, RB1, CB, LI, and NB. And Councilor Zambudo proposed to keep section 6 and 7 as proposed. That speaks to 1 and 2 family non-conforming structures.
So if I'm understanding this correctly, 1 and 2 family non-conforming structures, any modifications to those structures would be purview from now on by special permit of the city council? Is that correct, if this were adopted?
Right now, non-conforming 1 and 2 families, under the current zoning ordinances, go to the zoning board of appeals. This would take this, and these proposed amendments, which was advertised, that would be for, the city council would have that power. Special permit power for 1 and 2 families. So all non-conforming structures would now go to the city council if the city council were to approve this zoning.
Very good, thank you.
Counselor Genzio.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. To you, Mr. Skorowski. There seems to be some confusion. I understand the neighborhood business. Is the 1 and 2 family non-conforming part of your calculation, or is it not?
I think those were just two separate but linked amendments that Councilor Zambudo had made. So the amendments respective to the 1s and the 2s, I think, is across districts, not necessarily
Right.
particular to zones. I would say the planning board voted to keep things as is. I would be remiss if I didn't note that. And I would note I'm, as I did in the record, not necessarily in favor of that second proposal, although I understand the intent behind it.
Okay, so not being in favor of it and running afoul of the MBTA are two different things.
We would not be running afoul of MBTA communities.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, Counselor. Any other counselors? Counselor Guarino Swear.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I just have a question. I don't know if anybody, Councilor Zambudo, President, if you have the answer to this, but since the special permit decision is quasi-judicial under the Massachusetts zoning law, has the solicitor advised whether shifting the authority to the city council changes the legal exposure or procedural requirements of the council, for the council? So does it change anything? Could we be exposed to lawsuits?
I no more than the zoning board of appeals is exposed to lawsuits.
Should we wait for the solicitor?
We are just simply taking back what used to be the power of the city council to control zoning. And you know, the zoning board of appeal is to circumvent these laws. And so I'm just saying that it's my opinion that we should be controlling this and not the ZBA. And there's not a lot of them. We're talking about, you know, in the non-conforming realm, we're talking 5 a year, probably, which has been the consistent average over the last 5 years, I believe. So it's just a way of having a little more control in the city council and being a little more responsible when, in my case, my constituents come to me and say, "What the hell are you doing?" And I say, "Well, that was a ZBA issue." Now I can't say that anymore if the council, you know, finds it a good idea like I think it is. Unfortunately, I don't have a vote in this committee, so I can only tell you how I feel. I think it's important, and I've put a lot of thought into it and thought that it would make us better here. And so that's why I'm for it. Thank you.
Thank you, Counselor. Counselor Guarino Swear. You.
Thank you.
Okay. Any other counselors? Take a roll call.
Chairman, you would need to take up the amendments first.
Okay. So, separate?
The amendments?
Yeah.
Each amendment separately?
No, I'm asking.
It's the will of the committee, but the amendments as proposed by Councilor Zambudo could be taken up altogether. It would be, but it's up to the committee.
We'll do it all together. Yeah.
On the amendments as proposed by Council President Zambudo, Councilor Agenzio?
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Cogliandro?
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Guarino Sawaya?
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Kelly?
Yes.
Yes. And Chairman Silvestri?
Yes.
Yes, the amendments have been approved.
Okay. Madam Clerk, if we can roll call the ordinance as amended, please.
On the ordinance as amended, Councilor Agenzio?
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Cogliandro?
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Guarino Sawaya?
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Kelly?
Yes.
Yes. And Chairman Silvestri?
Yes.
Yes, the ordinance as amended has received a favorable recommendation and will be forwarded to the full city council this evening.
Next on the agenda.
Next item on tonight's agenda is a special permit at the request of Flor Gomez, 276 Malden Street, requesting a special permit to enable the appellant to modify a nonconforming structure by converting a retail flower shop to a restaurant at 619 Broadway.
Petitioner. Name and address for the record, please.
Just start that over so the public can hear you. Thanks.
Okay. Can you hear me now? Good evening, Revere City Council members. I'm Oswaldo Lemus, AKA Ozzy, with Designs by Oz, Architectural Engineering Design Services Solutions for the past 20 years. I'm here representing the owners of 619 Broadway, Revere, Flor Gomez, and Carlos Sanchez for an application for a special permit in an effort to recreate an admirable, attractive building for the city of Revere, bringing in more revenue and continue to stay in harmony with the main streets and character of the city of Revere. The building is located in the intersection of Broadway and School Streets, where there was once a floral shop. The proposed architectural concept for the building, with the plans that's submitted, I don't know if you guys have them in front of you. I have an easel here where I can show them if there's any more further questions. I have already explained this last week. I'm here just to reiterate what we talked about last week. And if there's any further questions, I'm here to gladly answer them.
Thank you. Anyone else here in favor? Okay. Councilor Guarino-Swire.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I'm concerned about the parking and the traffic impacts around that area, especially on True Street and School Street. With limited off-street parking, where are the residents going to park if we're having all kinds of people parked there for the restaurant? We have to try to protect the neighborhood. So what do we do?
The parking does fall within the regulations for adequate parking. Obviously, we probably have to maneuver the way they're going to be moving in and out. So essentially, we probably would only have 2 parking spaces for the restaurant, and the other 2 would be for the resident upstairs and staff. So essentially, there will be 2 parking spots that people would have to use in and out.
Right, but how would it
It would
impact the
probably enter
neighborhood?
through School Street, which is not the busier street, versus the Broadway, which is more traffic.
I'm more concerned about School Street than I am about Broadway, because School Street is where the residents park to go home.
There is no entry through Broadway, so that's absolutely not an option. The
To the
driveway, the
restaurant?
curb cut, yep, is on School Street, as it is today. Now, if we were to do a curb cut on the other side, you'd probably lose a parking spot.
Okay.
And that would have to be re-landscaped and reorganized, so that wouldn't be feasible.
Councilor Set?
Yeah.
Councilor Cogliandro.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Ozzy, thanks for coming today.
Thank you.
I'm always in support of a business, and I do understand Councilor Guarino-Swaya's concerns. I know that there's 30 seats of the capacity.
Yes.
That includes the 7 at the bar. That's a full.
Yes.
Okay. So I think the concern was, and this is something ward councilors deal with, is that if there's nowhere to park on Broadway, there's nowhere, that they will then park on School Street, True Street, that whole area over there. So I think that was a concern. And, if you guys could encourage people to use Broadway, the metered spots, and not trickle into the rest, because I own a business on a very busy road as well. And if I get a car from my school that parks on a side street, we get a phone call.
Right.
So we do everything we can to make sure that the people don't go into the
Yeah,
neighborhoods.
we
That-
could
and
probably
that's-
accommodate some signage to say
Yeah,
this is
and-
where we
and-
would
and
prefer
that's-
you to park.
I think that would make a lot of the residents in the area happy,
Yeah.
that you guys are being good neighbors, so. But I think you answered all of our questions last week, and I'm in full support of this as the ward counselor. Thank you.
Excellent, thank you.
Thank you, Councilor. Any other councilors? Councilor Kelly?
Just, I might have missed it, but what were the hours of operation?
For now, they're going to be probably 11 to, let's say, 9, 10, 11, and they're probably going to change as we grow the restaurant. So it's great, like the owner said before, there's going to be entertaining small couples. There's already 30 seats. So they're serving dinner.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Counselor. Yeah, I was just about to ask about those, yeah. All the conditions that have been submitted, are you,
Yeah, we're addressing everything that, the regulations, everything from sewage to water health, parking,
the,
structures, everything.
okay. Grease traps, all that stuff?
Grease trap, we could definitely work with that. My opinion is that it's over-calculated.
I'm
What
not
they're
sure that's
asking-
up for a debate, though. It's,
Yeah, it's something we could talk about, but I think it's overkill, in my opinion.
okay, well, that's not
That's my
something
opinion.
that's not something that's up for debate. This is like a condition of the city, so it's either going to be put in
Oh,
or it's
definitely
not
gonna put one
going.
in.
Okay.
Yes,
So then.
absolutely.
You just said it was up for debate.
The size and the calculation, because they're asking for something extremely big, which gets really expensive, and
Mr.
this is a really small restaurant, that would be my only argument. Otherwise, we'd definitely have grease trap in there, for sure.
Counselor.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Through you to the designer. So I think what this is a condition that site plan review put on. And what we mean that it's non-debatable here is that it's not a condition that the council placed. So there's nothing that this body can do to change the conditions that they put forward, unfortunately. Although we do have to read them in and accept them as part of the special permit, we do not have the authority to change it. So your fight would be with site plan. So,
Like I said, is my opinion, but we will put in a grease trap, accept that condition.
Counselor Zambudo.
Thank you. Listen, I'm in favor of your restaurant, and let me just
you.
give you a piece of advice. You're entitled to your opinion that the grease trap might be bigger than needed. If you want to argue that, you can bring in a special engineer and argue that, but it'll probably hold you up 6 months from getting your permit. And, you know, this is something that the ward council said very eloquently. We don't have any say. It's in the conditions, and if you're going to get this special permit, you're going to get the grease trap that they're asking for. Now, you may even be correct that it's overkill, that it's a bigger grease trap than's needed, but you got to decide whether you want to
No, I want to
fight
proceed.
that fight. Is that the hill you want to die on?
No. I'm not going to dine on any hill right now.
I want you to succeed, but you know, I don't think.
I will
I don't
succeed,
think you
and
can hold
we
up-
will
I don't
follow
think
the
you can hold up
conditions that
6
you guys
months.
put on. I mean, it's just my opinion again, and we will put a grease trap in.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, so best of luck to you.
Thank you.
Madam Clerk, as the conditions, please.
The conditions as submitted by Frank Stringy, city planner, are as follows. 1, the installation of an exterior grease trap must be approved by the plumbing inspector. 2, the dumpsters shall be screened on all sides. 3, the building shall be brought into compliance with all building, plumbing, electrical, fire safety, and health codes. 4, a sewer connection and water connection permit must be obtained from the DPW for the change of use to a restaurant. The city engineer and DPW superintendent must review and approve the proposed source service and water service plan, as well as stormwater management plan. And lastly, the plans must be reviewed and approved by the fire department, license commission, and board of health.
Thank you.
Shall the, oh, are you moving forward with the recommendation? Shall the zoning subcommittee offer a favorable recommendation to grant the special permit? Counselor Argenzio?
Yes.
Yes. Counselor Cogliandro?
yes.
Yes. Counselor Guarino Sawaya?
Yes.
Yes. Counselor Kelly?
Yes.
Yes. And Chairman Silvestri?
Yes.
Yes, the special permit has received a favorable recommendation subject to those conditions.
Thank you
Thank
very
you,
much.
and good luck.
Yep, thank you very much.
And next up is an application by H&J Realty LLC, 126 Morris Street, Revere, Mass., requesting a special permit to enable the appellant to reconstruct, alter, and extend a pre-existing non-conforming residential structure into a 4-story residential apartment structure consisting of 9 units at 95 Stanton Ave.
Hi. Name and address, please.
Good evening, Chairman and City Councilors. My name is Nancy O'Neill. I am an attorney located at 14 Proctor Avenue. I represent the applicant in this matter, H&J Realty LLC, and I am joined here tonight by the principal of H&J Realty, Mr. Harry Patel of Morris Street. As you heard on March 2nd, this project is for the improvement of 95 Stanton Avenue, which currently contains a century-old apartment building which has fallen into disrepair. You can see the current conditions of the property here. The proposal tonight is to create a new aesthetically pleasing structure on the lot, which will improve the appearance of this tired section of American Legion Highway. As you can see here, this will be an attractive building with an improved architectural facade and new trees and landscaping. The size and scale of the building are consistent with the neighborhood as a whole, and the building has been deliberately designed to pull away from neighboring properties and improve setbacks to neighbors over existing conditions. So this building will increase the offset with neighbors and boost the surrounding area. The building will also feature sufficient parking at a 1-to-1 space-to-unit ratio. The parking area shall be screened with new trees and vine plantings to enhance aesthetics. So this project represents a major improvement of the property. Since the City Council meeting of March 2nd, we have been working with our architect and engineer to adjust the project design in response to the feedback of councilors. Firstly, we will replace the trash enclosure previously located adjacent to the property line with an internal trash room. So the trash will now be located some distance away from neighboring property lines. And secondly, we have worked with the Department of Public Works as to the water and sewer needs of the neighborhood, and we are happy to provide 2 new water gates on Stanton Avenue, which will improve utility conditions along that street. So in summary, this is a great project for the neighborhood that will increase aesthetics, provide new housing during the ongoing housing crisis, and have minimal impacts. The direct abutters to the south at 340 American Legion Highway have recently submitted a letter of support for this project. So this project, it's supported by neighbors, and it will really improve this stretch of American Legion Highway. My client, Mr. Patel, is not a developer. He operates a family-run small business and is a resident of Ward 6. So this is a project by a City of Revere resident that will have a positive impact on the surrounding neighborhood and revitalize this area. And for these reasons, we would respectfully request that the council look favorably upon the application for special permit, and we are happy to answer any questions that you may have. Thank you.
Thank you. We'll be taking a 5-minute recess. Thank you. Where were we in a roll call?
No, we weren't. We were still discussing the project.
Ah.
For the 95 Stanton.
Okay. Anyone else here in favor? Name and address, please.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chairman. Jim Mercurio, Ward 1 City Councilor, 193 Crescent Ave, Revere. I am in favor of this project. The developer has met the infrastructure needs that the city required from them, and it was an ask that I had put in for him, with 2 new water gates being on either side of their services, which is much needed. I was in meetings with Chris Charmello to get this done, and they did lower the number of units from 12 to 3. And I think I'm sorry, 9, I'm sorry, 12 to 9. I think it's a nice project and it fits into the neighborhood very nicely. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilor. Anyone else here in favor? Hearing none, we'll close that side. Anyone here object? Anyone here against? Seeing and hearing none. City councilors? Councilor Guarino-Swire.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I believe this is a really good project because it replaces a long neglected property that has caused a lot of issues in that neighborhood. From speaking to residents, the trash has been thrown all over the place with all the people that are in that building now. We have rodent issues that the neighbors next door were talking about. When this project first came to me, it was 12 units, and I had to scale it down to 9 with the 1-to-1 ratio with the parking. Everything you talked about, Councilor Mercurio, we had discussed that during our community meeting that we had. And every concern that residents next door, the abutters had, they actually did address and say yes to. So they had absolutely nothing bad or against the neighborhood that they were going to do. The property owner has also committed to important improvements, and now you added the 2 gates, including upgrading the sewer lines, replacing the surrounding sidewalks, secured the trash storage, now the interior so nobody can see it, and the proactive rodent mitigation, which was really important, fencing, landscaping, and proper. The one thing that I wanted was the proper construction controls, so make sure that none of the dust goes to any of the surrounding homes and stuff like that, whether you have to put up plastic or whatever. Other than that, it's going on American Legion Highway. It's going to look phenomenal compared to what the other one looks like. Again, my priority was to make sure that the development improved the neighborhood, and I wanted to make sure that the quality of life that was there for the neighbors still existed. And I really appreciate all the work you put into this yourself to make it come to this point where we're at today. Thank you so much, and I'm in favor. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilor. Any other councilors? Councilor Kelly.
Just a couple of questions. Just a couple of questions for you. How many units are there now?
There are currently 3 units on the
3
property.
units, okay. So we're tripling the amount of units that are there. I just can't get behind any projects. This is an RA1 district, is that correct?
That's RB.
RB, and it's only about a 4,900 square foot lot, is that correct?
Yes, I believe so.
Okay. So I think the problem I have with projects like this, number one, it's the biggest concern I hear from my constituents, is just the ongoing building of apartments. And I really do feel like they take away from the fabric of the integrity of single-family neighborhoods. I believe we should try to keep those neighborhoods intact as much as we can. And every time we have a non-conforming structure of a single-family or a 2-family or a 3-family, and we replace it with 2 or 3 times the amount of units that are originally there, to me, that's a gross magnification of the nonconformity, and it's why we're getting such a strain on our infrastructure, traffic congestion, and all the other complaints that I hear on almost a daily basis from my constituents. So I'm sorry, but I won't be able to support it. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilor. Any other councilors? Okay. Madam Clerk, call the roll call.
There's several conditions submitted by site plan review.
Can we read those in?
Yes. Yet the following conditions have been submitted by site plan review to be incorporated into the special permit. 1, the existing driveway opening along American Legion Highway shall be closed with granite curbing and continuation of the grass strip. 2, there shall be a landscape buffer and screening area planted with 6-foot-high evergreens between the site and the abutting residential properties. 3, a sewer connection and water connection permit must be obtained from the DPW for all new construction. The city engineer and DPW superintendent must review and approve the proposed sewer service and water service plan, as well as stormwater management plan. 4, the plans must be reviewed and approved by the fire department. 5, hydrant flow tests shall be conducted to determine the adequacy of both domestic and fire flow for the proper sizing of domestic and fire flow service lines to the proposed project. Plans for the location of additional hydrants shall be approved by the Revere Fire Department. 6, the project proponent must pay a sewer mitigation fee, which is based on 10 times 110 gallons per bedroom times $1.30 per gallon. Based on the increase of 14 proposed bedrooms, the sewer mitigation fee shall be $20,020. The sewer mitigation fee shall be utilized to remove inflow and infiltration from entering the sewer system and shall be paid to the City of Revere in 2 installments, 50% prior to the issuance of a building permit and 50% prior to the issuance of an occupancy permit. 7, concrete sidewalks with granite curbing shall be installed along the full frontage of the property along American Legion Highway and Stanton Ave, including the planting of 5 street trees along the American Legion Highway frontage within the existing grass strip, and 2 street trees shall be planted within the sidewalk along Stanton Avenue frontage. 8, all existing drains, water lines, and sewer lines within the site shall be abandoned and shall be capped at the main and removed. 9, the building design and materials plan, as well as the landscaping streetscape plan, shall be approved by the Site Plan Review Committee. The exterior building material along the ground floor and garage area shall be cultured stone, including a raised 3-inch cultured stone planter with evergreen shrubs along the American Legion Highway face of the building between the garage and the sidewalk. 10, the developer shall establish a transportation demand management plan program for the proposed project. The elements of the TDM program shall include an off-street parking shall be limited by leasehold agreements with tenants to the number of off-street parking spaces approved by the project. The leasehold agreements with tenants shall state that the parking charge will be included in the apartment lease. The project shall provide for bicycle parking in the garage at no additional charge to the tenants, and the tenants of the building shall not be eligible for resident or visitor on-street permit parking program. And lastly, number 11, in accordance with Chapter 1747, the Community Improvement Trust Fund is applicable to this project. Under the Community Improvement Trust Fund, the developer must contribute 3% of the cost of construction above and beyond what is allowed as of right towards the fund, which must be spent exclusively towards capital improvement projects within the impacted area. For the purpose of this special permit, 3% of the construction cost shall be based on the increased density of the project as a result of the increased FAR 5. Therefore, the Community Improvement Trust Fund fee is calculated at $55,818.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. And I think it's important to read this into the council and to the people at home to know that the direct abutters to this project are in agreement with it. And it says, my husband and I are the owners of 340 American Legion Highway and are the direct abutters to this proposed project at 95 Stanton Avenue. We support this project as the new building will improve the neighborhood and feature larger setbacks to our property in which the existing buildings absolutely additionally does not do. Additionally, we believe that the project will beautify the American Legion Highway area, and we thank you for your consideration and your support. Thank you, Adisa and Alia Kadika. If we could have a roll call.
Shall the zoning subcommittee offer a favorable recommendation to grant the relief requested, subject to the conditions that were read into the record? Counselor Argenzio?
Yes.
Yes. Counselor Cogliandro?
Yes.
Yes. Counselor Guarino Sawaya?
Yes.
Yes. Counselor Kelly?
No.
No. And Chairman Silvestri?
Yes.
Yes, the special permit has received a favorable recommendation for the full city council this evening. There's no further business.
That closes tonight's business. Adjourned.
Good evening. Welcome to the March 9th Ways and Means Subcommittee. Please rise to salute the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call of the members. Counselor Agenzio.
Here.
Here. Counselor Mercurio. Roll call.
Here.
Here. Counselor McKenna. Here. And Counselor Novoselsky.
Here.
And, oh, I'm sorry, and Chairman Cogliandro.
Here.
Here, quorum is present. We have one item on tonight's agenda, and that's an ordinance further amending Appendix A, the table of fees, the revised ordinances of the City of Revere.
Mr. Viskey.
Good evening, Council. Richard Viskey, CFO 281 Broadway. Here to answer any questions on the fee schedule that you have been provided previous council meetings. So happy to answer any questions if anyone has any. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Viskey. Any councilors have questions about the new fee schedule? Anyone else in the audience have questions about it? To send a favorable recommendation. All in favor, all opposed? So ordered. There is no further business. Meeting is adjourned. Thank you.